Now, you can listen to Wine and Dine Radio while shopping at the grocery store or your neighborhood wine merchant. Wine and Dine Radio can be heard using your wireless internet on your cell phone. You're listening to iWineRadio. iWineRadio is a production of Food Tastes Better with Wine on the web at iWineRadio.com. Hey guys, I thank you for listening to iWineRadio, and we are still the only wine channel on iTunes Radio. If you go look under iTunes Radio icon and scroll down to News and Talk Directory, and it's listed alphabetically, click on that and the stream comes up immediately. iWineRadio.com, where you can find links to individual guests. And if anyone's interested in advertising or becoming an underwriter or sponsor, please contact us at iWineRadio.com. We really, really appreciate your support. The more support we get, the more conversations I can have with fascinating people around the world, including you. If you have a story to tell that you'd like to share on iWine Radio, go to iWineRadio.com and contact us, and we'll go from there. Gladys Horiuchi was good enough to join us today on Wine and Dine to talk about the California Restaurant Month, and it's a great time to visit wine country, and that means January. And Gladys is communication manager with the Wine Institute, and in particular, well, we were just talking before she joins us, and that some of the restaurant deals sound so delicious, and it's a great chance to be combining vineyard hikes with, and then going out and eating in restaurants. But Gladys, in particular, you wanted to talk about the restaurant at Wente Vineyards, and I've dined up there at Wente Vineyards. It's a lovely setting and real intimate. It's, not too far of a drive from San Francisco. Like an hour drive out to Wente Vineyards from where you're at the office?
Right. We're in San Francisco, and it's in Livermore Valley, and it is just, very close. Of course, it's very close to San Jose and Silicon Valley, but they have a golf course and this fabulous restaurant, and the nice thing about Restaurant Month is they are participating, and so you get a fabulous meal at a prix-fixe price, and so it's a great way to try some really exclusive restaurants for a deal. So, and then if you combine it with golf or vineyard hike, then you're also burning calories so that you can go out and eat again.
So around the whole state, there are different opportunities for people.
Yes, it's California Restaurant Month, and I checked on the visitcalifornia.com/restaurant month website, and they've got nearly 40 different cities with Restaurant Month promotions going on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's this, and this is not just for people who live in California, but people who are going out there for business or for pleasure traveling.
Sure, yes. We get, nearly 20 million visitors to wine regions every month, so there are so many cities that will have the restaurant meal deals going on that they can take advantage of. And of course, there are several of our winery restaurants that are part of participating in Restaurant Month, so that would be a great way to combine visiting wine country, which California is so famous for, along with taking advantage of Restaurant Month. So, and of course, Wente Vineyards is one of them, as well as several other winery restaurants throughout California. There's one up in Napa called the Farmstead at Longmeadow Wretch, which is a winery, and the Farmstead restaurant serves all sustainable and organic wines and foods. So that one's up in the Napa Valley, and that one is taking place throughout January.
And it looks like they're pairing with whatever you order, a 2-course fixed price lunch menu or a 3-course menu in the evening. You can get Sauvignon Blanc, a Napa Valley. I'm assuming it's a Napa Valley Sauvignon Blanc or a Napa Valley Cabernet, or for $7 a glass.
Yes,
That's a pretty good deal.
Well, and even the menu prices are pretty good. So, I mean, a lot of times, I would only go to some of these restaurants and not farmstead, but even the ones in the city that are, probably too fancy for a lunch, but with the restaurant deal, it makes it quite affordable. So even though everyone is trying to perhaps watch their weight in January after the holidays, it seems a great way to try some of these places that you might not otherwise go to on a regular basis.
I just had a conversation with Bob Bialy and Amy Olson of ZAP about the upcoming ZAP Festival, and I see in the El Dorado County that there is something about Old Vine Zinfandel going on.
Well, there are a couple of areas in the state that have Old Vine Zinfandel, because Zinfandel is one of the oldest varieties that are being grown in the state. And El Dorado County, they have the Fitzpatrick Winery, which has a restaurant, and of course the whole area, Sierra Foothills, is known for their Old Vine Zinfandel, and of course they're participating in Restaurant Month as well.
And in Santa Barbara County, the focus, I would imagine, is going to be mainly like Pinot Noir sort of a thing at restaurants, or not necessarily?
Well, there are two restaurants participating. The Wine Cask Restaurant, which is affiliated with the Marjoram Wine Company, and Grassini Family Wineries has got a chocolate wine pairing. And particularly Wine Cask Restaurant is getting great reviews. So the area of Santa Barbara is known for its Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and of course many other varieties, but I think everyone identifies Santa Barbara with Pinot Noir because of the movie Sideways. Yeah. So obviously they grow many varieties down there, but that movie seemed to bring a lot of attention to that region.
Boy, did it ever. And in Los Angeles County, I see that for a cheese lover, there's a downtown Long Beach Cheese Week.
That's true, and Temecula Valley, which is just southeast of LA, is doing Temecula Valley Restaurant Month. The Creekside Grill at Wilson Creek, an award-winning restaurant, is doing Restaurant Month, as well as the Vineyard Rose at South Coast Winery, which has been named the California State Winery of the Year again.
Oh, wow.
So, two great places to check out.
Gladys, in all these different regions, the restaurants in the region, especially for this restaurant month, are they focusing on wines of the region that they're kind of promoting with the specials they're having?
I would imagine that
they are.
They could be. I mean, I'm sure it varies from restaurant to restaurant.
Okay.
So, a good way to check out which varieties are perhaps well known in the area is to go to our Wine Institute consumer site at www.discovercaliforniawines, and we have a geographic map of California wine regions, and you can go to each county and find out which varieties that each region is known for.
Okay. And so what's coming up with the Wine Institute as far as other promotions going on beyond January?
Well, as you may know, California is very environmentally conscious, and of course the wine industry is one of the leading industries as far as sustainable wine growing in the world. And we are having a promotion in April where many of our wineries will be hosting green-themed events. We're calling it Down to Earth Month. And many of the wineries who, I would say there's over 70% of the wineries and vineyards in California are doing sustainable wine growing and participating in our program to meet the high standards of this program. And they'll be doing things like eco tours, having winemaker dinners with serving sustainably made wines and foods, Earth Day festivals, special wine flights with organic and sustainably made wines. And so we will be listing all those events on our DiscoverCaliforniaWine.com website to celebrate California's wine industry's sustainability.
Gladys, has anybody ever mentioned the thought of, like, for those people who are using solar energy, like a tour or something to educate the consumers about that sort of thing on their properties?
Well, a lot of the winery tours do these, like I was telling you, the eco tours, and maybe that was not the right word for it, but a lot of the tours, we hope to be featuring those, and wineries will take them on a tour of the property to show them how they're conserving water or using cover crops between vineyard rows to help naturally fertilize the vineyards and attract beneficial insects to fight vineyard pests and reduce the amount of chemical inputs into vineyards, and just trying to preserve the habitat, and of course reducing energy and using solar panels to supplement as an alternative energy needs. So the industry is very proud of this movement, and of course they do all these practices for the long-term health of the industry and to make better quality wines.
I'm also going to put up a link to the new Wine Institute's California Wines food tour video as well, with recipes and wine pairing suggestions. Gladys Horiuchi, Communications Manager at the Wine Institute, thank you so very much for joining us today on Wine and Dine.
Thanks for inviting me. It was fun.
I did just always have so much going on at the Wine Institute. We can always learn so much. Now you can listen to Wine and Dine Radio while shopping at the grocery store or your neighborhood wine merchant. Wine and Dine Radio can be heard using your wireless internet on your cell phone. You're listening to iWineRadio. iWineRadio is a production of Food Tastes Better with Wine, on the web at iWineRadio.com. Hey guys, I thank you for listening to iWine Radio, and we are still the only wine channel on iTunes Radio. If you go look under iTunes Radio icon and scroll down to News and Talk Directory, and it's listed alphabetically, click on that and the stream comes up immediately. iWineRadio.com, where you can find links to individual guests. And if anyone's interested in advertising or becoming an underwriter or sponsor, please contact us at iWineRadio.com. We really, really appreciate your support. The more support we get, the more conversations I can have with fascinating people around the world, including you. If you have a story to tell that you'd like to share on iWine Radio, go to iWineRadio.com and contact us, and we'll go from there.